All right, let's go ahead and count it down. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right. Buko. So clean starts here.
Yeah, very solid starts from all these players. I believe all of them are rolling.
Yes.
Very different from last match where we did see a little bit of tapping from Evesy.
Yeah, a little bit of tap roll there.
So now it is just rolling all the way.
Yep. Had a little bit of a drought out the bottom, which has roughed up both players' boards a bit, so scoring will be on hold a little bit, but neither player in any danger.
Definitely not. And Rhubarb gets that Tetris. Kirby not quite able to get one yet, but
there we go.
Is going to get one. Yes.
Yeah, that right side's going to need some help. And he's just going to take a quick skim to open things up and get that Tetris ready board. Just needs a bar. Oh, hold on. Uh-oh.
That
yeah, I say get the bar, and the game says, what bar? I don't have any bars. There we go. Triple. We'll bring this down. So Rhubarb will take a slight lead here.
But not too much of a lead just yet. Still pretty early on.
Yep. Early drought up top, too, but both players survived that very well. Let's see. Wallbant, 17,000 points ahead.
Jerpi has to cover the well a little bit, but...
Yeah, what happened to Rhubarb?
It's going to be clean.
Rhubarb getting this open up, though. Just needs a bar. Very nice time, Jay, to fill out the left side. That is very crucial when you're this high up on the board.
Oh.
And gets the bar over for the Tetris. Meanwhile, Kirby having to take a pretty nice skim there.
Isn't going to hurt him too much here. And so still neck and neck for both of the top players. I mean, for the bottom players. Sorry. I'm still a little new to this.
202 for Kirby, 198 for Rhubarb. Neck and neck on the bottom. Up top, Wallbant getting a little bit of a well there in the middle, but we'll get a Tetris to help things out.
Oh, beautiful burn there for Jerpi.
Yeah, that square was exactly what you needed.
Yeah, neck and neck at the top. 248 for Jerpi, 263 for Wallbant. Looking pretty good are both of them. At the bottom, though, Rhubarb does have to take a few burns. And so that's going to slow him down a little bit.
Oh, misdrop for Wallbant up top of the S. That's going to be annoying, but I don't think it's going to be dangerous.
He's going to get a Tetris, so definitely going to help bring that board down a little bit.
Yeah, this is a pretty good burn out there. Yep. So while these players are playing on 18, let's go ahead and remind you that we have the Matcherino, !Matcherino in chat. This is our prize pool that's currently over $12,000.
Wow.
And this is going to our players at the end of the tournament. The better they do, the more money they get. So if you want to see them get more money, you can go to Matcherino.com, use the link in chat, !Matcherino, and you will be able to donate directly to the prize pool.
And thank you to Ren for doing the command in the chat. So you can go ahead and support us at that link. So anything will help. We just want to make sure that these players get get the money that they deserve, and so please contribute to us. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. Checking on scores, this is still a very close pair of matches here. 438 for Wallbant, 401 for Jerpi. On the bottom, it's 442 for Kirby, 418 for Rhubarb.
Neck and neck for everyone, actually.
Yeah, for a moment they were all on 105 lines. There's the bar. Tetris. 2 Tetrises for Rhubarb.
Wow.
Boom, boom.
And a little bit Oh, Wallbant? Okay.
Yeah, a bit of slowdown for Wallbant,
But
shouldn't be.
should be okay.
Yeah, that tee's very nice.
Yeah, very, very nice.
And he will open up the right side. So we're approaching level 19 here. And Kirby will go in first at 560. Rhubarb about to head in. There's the bar. There's the Tetris. 537. Meanwhile, up top, it's 526 for Jerpi, 519 for Wallbant into level 19. Both of these games are very close. Wallbant playing one row up at the moment. Oh, a bit of a mess drop from Kirby. Kirby's in a lot of trouble here. Can he get out of this? Needs a bar to the right. Is not going to get in time. Rhubarb is in a chase down and needs 568. But this is a 35-piece drought. We'll get the bar, and Rhubarb will take game number one. Kirby succumbing to the 36-piece drought. And even at the top level, those droughts are so rough if you're not prepared for them. Meanwhile, up top, Jerpi 635, Wallbant 610. They're on level 21. Both players with good-looking boards. Tetris for Wallbant. Jerpi doing a little bit of cleanup, but has it good. We're going to go ahead, count down the bottom. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. I wasn't sure they were ready up top after I started the countdown, but they are ready. Here we go, game 2. 752 for Jerpi, 724 for Wallbant. Wallbant will score a Tetris to close the gap a little bit. It's less than a Tetris lead for Jerpi, and we are now halfway through level 19 speeds. These players are not a stranger to the level 29. Wallbant with that line dependency on the left is going to have to get it, and will. Boom, Tetris for Wallbant. Jerpi looking for a long bar here. And there it is. Boom, simul Tetris up top. And there's a Tetris for Wallbant. Look at the score. 914, 180 for Jerpi. 913, 180 for Wallbant before getting that Tetris. 100 points was the difference there. We've already had one game this tournament that was less than 200 points. Jerpi getting to a little bit of a spot, though, but does get the right side open. He's starting to bring this down. 20-piece drought coming in. And it's going to open up that right side, so Jerpi will be good, but now finds herself down by 83,000 as Wallbant passes the max out, the 1 million mark. 10 lines from level 29. Oh, but can't get the L all the way to the left. Needs a bar. But now needs a little more than bar, but we'll get the bar in for the Tetris. There's the max out for Jerpi. And here we go. We're about ready for level 29.
Oh, and also the stream is down. The stream is down right now.
Oh, and Jerpi's going to top out at 1,011,000. Wallbant's going to be good at 1.1.
And we'll take game number 1. Yeah, huh?
I have heard the stream is down. It's down up here, too.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's interesting.
Huh.
What the heck? All right, so we'll try to get things going here. On the bottom, it's Rhubarb ahead 290 to 287.
Oh, we're back.
All right, looks like we are back, so that's
Okay.
good. So Wallbant did take game number 1 up top,
With
and
a
we are ready. So let's go ahead and get them started. We'll start game number 2 in
3,
2, 1.
Tetris. Meanwhile, at the bottom, Kirby is struggling a little bit right now. Trying to burn back down to the bottom. Is looking, just needs a, okay, beautiful. Is going to be back down to the bottom, but no, Rhubarb, okay. Rhubarb not quite Tetris ready, but finally gets the long bar. Oh my god.
All right.
A really, really tough misdrop at the top, but is able to clean out of it.
Yeah, just getting his first Tetris there, so gonna find himself in an early deficit. Yeah, Wallbant got game 1. It was like 1.1 to 1.0.
Yeah, really insane finish. Oh, Wallbant has to do a little bit of digging here.
Yeah, this is a little rough here. $20-piece drought, and the bar comes right after that. Now, this is a nasty board for Wallbant right now.
Yeah, just getting up high, but oh, that is great. That is a great sequence of pieces for Wallbant there.
Getting this down slowly. Now Jerpi getting a bit of a spire in the middle and a long bar dependency, and this is all of a sudden going sideways for Jerpi.
That long bar is going to help, but this is not.
Oh dear. This is not good. Now she is
oh my god,
rolling
barely
and
gets
can get
that
out of
square
this.
over.
Trying to find a way out of this. Has a T-spin setup. Gets it done.
That's it. And that long bar is going to. And actually, just like that, Jerpi is out of it.
136 Jerpi, 95 for Wallbant, so Jerpi's still in the lead after that. Meanwhile, on the bottom, we're transitioning to level 19. 562 for Rhubarb, 552 for Kirby.
Neck and neck.
Very much so.
Yeah, and both of them extremely clean right now, so we'll have to see what comes next. But if these players keep playing like this could be one of an insane game.
Indeed. Square burst for Rhubarb there.
Is going to make good work of it, but still waiting on the long bar. Gets the long bar.
Yeah, looks like Kirby was able to handle that a bit better. So both players down at the bottom. Rhubarb with a slight lead.
Yeah, but Kirby is clean, so both of them able to score Tetrises. Rhubarb scores another Tetris, going up to 700. Crosses it before level 22. And there we go. Kirby also crosses the 700K mark. Still very neck and neck. These players just scoring all of the Tetrises. Nice pullback from Rhubarb, knowing that he was ready for the Tetris.
And another adjustment there with the T.
But
there is a hole in the stack now, but it's a lot more manageable than if he didn't make that adjustment.
And there we go.
Another
Is
Tetris.
out of it. Rhubarb at 791. Kirby at 771.
Kirby in a bit of a spot here. But he is going to get things cleaned up. Just has one more line. There it is.
Rhubarb getting into a little bit of trouble now. Just those pieces.
On the top, Jerpi's ahead 350 to
pieces?
329. But our focus currently on the bottom.
Rhubarb 8 goes into level 25. Kirby with a complications in his stack.
Oh, that was a tough placement for that square, but it's going to work out.
Is going to make good progress burning this down. And it's going to be clean now at 826. But look, Rhubarb now has a 100,000 point lead.
Yeah, Kirby's digging there, causing the lead to go over to Rhubarb's side, who's very close now to the 1,000,000 points.
Just one more Tetris, and there we go.
Max out for Rhubarb.
Max out for Rhubarb. On level 27, too.
Oh, and a misdrop for Kirby. Not going to be fatal, though.
Yeah, good, but does have to burn a little bit, which is not going to help a lot.
Up top, Jerpi has the lead, 469 to 451. They're approaching level 19, and it is very close.
Yeah, really neck and neck. Just a few lines away.
Double flip.
Oh no,
Kirby.
Kirby. Okay,
and
another double one.
Oh, and
this
we're
is
only
not what he wants before level 29.
Yeah, we're 4 lines away now. And he's going to be up that high when we transition. This is not a good place to be.
And Rhubarb still has the lead.
God.
Oh my god, gets the square over.
Still alive somehow, but nothing
no,
to the left.
Doesn't get it.
And that's going to be it.
Rhubarb with the 1.1.
Yeah, Rhubarb taking the second straight game here.
Rhubarb out on a tear, looking for revenge right now.
Indeed.
Now at match point.
Yeah, so up top, Jerpi has taken a 100,000-point lead over Wallbant.
So Jerpi looking, well, both of them looking pretty solid, but Jerpi with an advantage right now. Both of them looking pretty clean.
Looking for long bars right now. Jerpi will score a Tetris there.
Wait, Wallbant might be setting up that dirty Tetris.
Yeah, where's the bar here? And it comes too late. All right, we are ready on the bottom. Let's go ahead, count them down. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Jerpi having to do a little bit of cleaning here.
But is able to get a Tetris.
Just trying to find a way to get everything back to normal. There we go.
Nice pieces there.
Tetris for both.
770 for Jerpi, 676 for Wallbant, and a little bit ahead in lines. So this is Jerpi's game right now. Both of them set up for Wallbant set up for Tetris, but both of them like down to the bottom.
Yeah. Another Tetris for both players. Jerpi getting close to the max. About 4 away. There's another bar.
Another Tetris.
Wallbant trying to find a way to get set up here. He's not going to be able to do so cleanly. Oh, that's not a good piece.
That is going to slow him down, and being behind, that is really, really good for Jerpi right now.
Yeah, Jerpi has a 176,000-point lead.
So this is going to be a tall task for Wallbant on the kill screen. Probably won't be able to. There we go, max out for Jerpi on level 27.
Yep, 1,030,000, over 200,000 points ahead. Meanwhile, on the bottom, they're just getting started. 187 for Rhubarb, 150 for Kirby.
Nice Vits for Rhubarb.
There we go. Jerpi about to hit the 1.1.
And with one more Tetris left. And Wallbant goes in at 913, gets an immediate Tetris.
Wallbant has a lot of work to do on the kill screen.
And Jerpi gets a 1.17 into 29.
But
and
not going to survive. Jerpi is done at 1,170,000. So Wallbant, you need 1,171,000 to chase this down. It is possible, but it is not free on these speeds.
It's gonna need probably like a Tetris or something, but looks like he's gonna play safe. Probably doesn't want to. Probably better that he doesn't top out early.
Yeah, he's only going to be going for safe Tetris, as it looks like. Oh, maybe not. That was an aggressive Akibar. And that's going to. Can he get things left? Nope, that's going to do it. Jerpi is going to be done at 1,170,000. Jerpi going to take game number 1 with 1,170,000.
Yeah, tying
Sorry, I got distracted there. So on the bottom, we have Kirby ahead, 17,000 points, but also ahead in lines. So pretty neck and neck over there.
403 now for Kirby. 343. Oh! Really weird double flip for Rhubarb. Gets the double tuck.
Double tap.
Gets
Unbelievable.
the double
we were
vits.
talking about that with the square just last match.
Wow.
So the double vits for Rhubarb.
And he is happy about that. He is really happy. Okay.
Unbelievable.
Okay, and our top players interrupting that are ready. So let's get them counted down here in 3,
2, 1.
Tetris. Wow.
I can't believe I saw that.
What a double tuck. Vits fans are screaming right now. And
Yes.
I am one, so I scream too.
30 hertz indeed. Yes, that is 30 hertz. Frame
Wow.
perfect. All right. Tetris for Kirby. Kirby, really strong pace here. 540 at 112 lines. This could get a 650 before all said and done.
But actually, if you look, Rhubarb is actually behind in lines by a little bit, so it's actually a lot closer than you think.
This is true.
Yeah, actually around the same place, just a little bit behind is Rhubarb. So both of them on a tear with this game right now.
No. That double tuck has made fans in chat. That's awesome. Here we go, level 19 coming up in a couple of Tetrises for Kirby.
600 already before
There we
level
go.
19.
Shout outs to Chris Higgins. We're about to hit level 19 on the bottom.
Kirby reaches level 19
Six-
at 616.
Yeah, 614 for Kirby into 19. Rhubarb about to hit it.
Waiting for something. Just that is not a great
Yeah,
stack.
this is gonna be interesting. Gets the bar. It's
So-
not for Tetris, but going at 605.
So neck and neck right now. Yeah, another fire game right now.
Yeah, this bottom game is pretty good. Meanwhile, up top, Jerpi has a 3 Tetris lead at the moment.
Yeah, looks like Wallbant maybe got into a little bit of a situation. Is not too far behind, but it's definitely a bit of an advantage for Jerpi right now in this
Well,
early goings. Meanwhile, at the bottom, ID Kirby on a tear right now. He is at 810,000 on level 22.
all right.
But Kirby is ahead by.
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Board falling apart for Kirby after multiple misdrops. Can he get out of this?
This is going to take some really good piece.
Oh,
no!
the tuck will get left.
And
And he's not
Kirby
going
is
to get another
done.
chance. So Rhubarb can take the set with an 815.
Can definitely take all of the time in the world. Has so many lines to do it. And it looks like he's just going to play it safe. Doesn't want to go too risky. Doesn't want to.
Don't think
Miss
this
out.
is line outable. I think you need at least one Tetris from here. Or maybe a couple triples.
And it does look like he knows this. So
No.
trying to set up a really safe Tetris. Gets one.
Gotta get that Tetris. He's gonna go for another one here.
One and change would do it.
There's the change.
Is now could just line this out.
Yeah, he could totally line this out. Especially with this drought happening. There's the bar.
For a triple.
Still needs another
10,000
10K.
points left.
Where's the bar? Just gotta take a There we go.
And
Takes the
there we
burn and
go.
Boom, Tetris.
Tetris for
Rhubarb
Rhubarb.
will advance to the round of 32.
In a sweep.
Look on Kirby's face says it all there.
Yeah.
You know he was expecting a lot more than this year.
Yeah, but still a valiant effort from
Yeah.
Kirby.
Rhubarb.
Making it all the way here.
Yeah, Rhubarb, a very tough opponent to run into early. So
Yeah, really good effort. Again,
meanwhile,
put up a really good fight.
we have one match remaining, which is currently on game 3. It is 1-1. Jerpi 498, Wallbant 416. We are getting somewhat close to 19, so see what kind of transitions they can get this game.
Jerpi looking like she has a pretty big advantage right now. 500,000 points already.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Pulps
that
back.
L didn't go where it wanted to.
but it looks like
Oh,
she's
okay.
probably going to be fine.
Not a bad burn.
Yeah, not too bad. It's going to hurt maybe
But
just
can't-
a little.
Yeah, can't find the follow-up pieces to get that cleaned out. So now needs a long
needs a
bar to
long
get out of this.
bar.
And look what we see on the right side. That was a 24 in red numbers. This could be trouble for Jerpi. Oh no, this is going to be a rough transition for Jerpi.
Yeah, still has one line left. And
here we go,
it's
level
going to burn
19.
in.
Jerpi does still have the lead, but only by 4,000.
So,
Oh, can't
no.
get the 5 tap. And misses the long bar too. And I don't think
Yeah, that's not going to happen. And
you'd
with
have to
that
do something
Tetris,
flat at the top of the board, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah, with-
Wallbant will take game number 3 and is 1 game away from moving on. Game number 4, let's count them down in 3, 2, 1.
Tetris.
All right. What are we up to? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh my God.
12.
Oh, no.
13 is not happening.
Are going to get a simul Tetris, but very different boards now.
Yeah.
Are
Always
gonna
fun. Always fun to see the simul Tetris.
scoring the Tetris at the exact same time. Wallbant.
Wallbant was going to burn with that J there for a second, but then saw the long bar in the window and decided to just place it so that he didn't have to burn, and that paid off.
Yeah. Now has a little bit of a lead right now. And hasn't even burned the single line yet.
Well,
Okay, that is the first line he's burned.
That is a commentator curse.
Yeah. Still though, both of them.
19,000 point lead.
Yep.
High fractal.
Yeah.
Tetris for Jerpi. 1 for Wallbant. You can see pretty good game to start for both the players. A little bit of a burn needed for Jerpi to get rid of that square, but does so in short order.
And actually, I don't think we ever got a chance to really talk about these players that much, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got plenty of information on them. We did talk about their head-to-head record. But yeah, we've got a couple of different stats on them. Of course, their PBs probably being pretty important, with Wallbant with a rollover, 1.696, and Jerpi with a 1.488. So they're pretty close in PB.
Yeah, for sure. It is 200,000 points, but with that kill screen, it's
Yeah.
like that lead. That like difference is actually not even that big.
We're tied right now. 234,
0.
840 each. And they'll simul Tetris,
Still
so no
tied.
change in lead.
Interesting though is that Wallbant pushes down.
Yeah, we're getting the push down points coming in. Do you see that? Jerpi teasing us with a Vitz there and then just burning it away.
Also trying to push down too. Look,
Yeah,
has
we got a
one
little bit of
push down
push down
point.
from both players here, and
It looks
Well,
like
now
that.
we have a little bit of a dig from Wallbant.
Looks like that push down actually kind of is a little bit of a curse for him.
Yeah, trying to get something to the left. All right, Wallbant has the right side. Hope he gets the bar. Boom, Tetris. That was.
Oh my God.
That was clutch.
And Jerpi is still pushing down. Oh my God. Has 7 pushdown points. So in the case of a tie, Jerpi would have the advantage.
For the moment.
For the moment.
We'll see.
We'll have to see.
Oh. That adjustment for Wallbant to get Tetris ready. Unfortunately, the next bar didn't really go in a good spot.
Shaking his head a little. And that is looking a little bit precarious for Wallbant right now.
Bad pieces for Wallbant right there. 3 S's in a row. And more coming, and this board is still not very S accommodating. Oh, man.
And
good dig, though.
that is a nice long bar for Wallbant. And there we go. He is clean.
Another Tetris.
But now Jerpi is ahead by about 3 Tetrises,
Yeah,
actually.
3 Tetrises. 471 to
That is a
397 at the 100 line turn.
Yeah, so Jerpi, maybe eyeing that 600,000 point transition. Wallbant probably eyeing a mid 500K. But still very, very clean are both players. Wallbant scores a Tetris and another one, and there you go. Both of them are completely clean.
Yep. We look in the zone at this point, which means that Jerpi will have the lead for now. But we'll see what happens as we get further along into level 18 and then 19. Transition is right around the corner.
Just a few Tetrises away.
Another Tetris for both players.
Wallbant with a really built out left is Tetris ready now, so
Yeah, just waiting for the bar.
Yes.
Simul Tetris.
Jerpi at 612, Wallbant at 538, and with that Tetris goes into transition at 562. Jerpi goes in at 636.
Oh, that's one of the best transitions we've seen so far today over here on CT2.
Yeah, insane transition from Jerpi.
Jerpi definitely needs it to tie up the set.
Yeah.
71,000 points in the lead right now.
But
both players clean and scoring.
yeah, Wallbant does have to do a little bit of digging, but should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Oh, but
let's
those are
see.
not the best pieces.
But Wallbant will get out of this. We'll score a Tetris there, so trying to at least keep pace. Jerpi has just been solid since about 100 lines.
And also is behind in line, so that lead, that 100,000 point lead, is a little bit bigger than you think.
Another Tetris for Wallbant there.
Jerpi at 770, Wallbant at 681. Like, pretty solid game for Wallbant, but Jerpi is just on fire right now. And just still going. Gets another
Indeed.
Tetris. Wallbant sort of struggling with these pieces right now, a little bit. Is fine, but oh, those S's are not good.
Yeah, this is a bit of a situation for both players, really.
Yeah,
Jerpi seems a little cleaner,
definitely, yeah. Needs, oh,
but squares
not the
say
best
otherwise.
Wallbant, though.
Wallbant, though, in a lot of trouble now. Needs a bar, gets the bar over in column 3. Is bringing this board down. Oh, but now needs a bar to the
No!
right, and he's going to hang everything, and that's going to be it. Jerpi is going to send us to our first decider of the day. And Wallbant will start in 3, 2, 1.
Tetris. it all comes down to this game. Who will advance to the top 32?
Got a bit
Wallbant
of a...
starts off with a cheeky little S-spin.
Yeah. Waiting on the bar. And Jerpi will score the first Tetris. Wallbant in a bit of a dig early.
That long bar is gonna, those two long bars actually are gonna help tremendously.
Yeah.
And there we go. Wallbant scores his first Tetris.
Wallbant set up for Tetris. Just needs the bar. There's the bar. Tetris for Wallbant.
And another Tetris for Jerpi. A little bit of a spire forming. Oh, that was not a Tetris from Wallbant.
Yeah,
It's going to have to burn.
Trouble. Meanwhile, Jerpi spired those Z's.
And Wallbant
But it's fine.
does get that dusty row 2 Tetris.
Another Tetris for Jerpi.
Wallbant, I think, still trying to set up here.
Yeah, setting up one off the bottom. He's going to get a Tetris.
Looks like he might want to burn out of this.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think he wanted a J there, but just gave up and threw a long bar in there.
But is going to burn down to the bottom with but trailing just a little bit. It is still early, so not at the end of the world.
Drought coming in for Wallbant here, and now Jerpi feeling the same drought. This one long enough to prevent Wallbant from scoring, but Jerpi will keep the right side open and we'll be fine.
Oh, but Wallbant has a hole in his stack right now. So isn't Tetris ready?
Yeah, both players trying to figure out how to burn out of this cleanly. Jerpi gets out first, and Wallbant shortly thereafter.
Really well done from both of them. Jerpi scores the first Tetris after the dig, and followed by Wallbant.
Jerpi's come out to a 3 Tetris lead here halfway through 18, so
Yeah.
in the
that
driver's
is
seat right now.
pretty substantial. Wallbant just getting into a little bit of those slowdowns, like really making the difference here. And again, there's a lot of time, but Jerpi definitely looking pretty set right now. But again, both of them are clean. Both of them are set up for Tetrises. So it could go back and forth.
Tetris for Wallbant. It's back by 71,000 right now. So we're just... Players are very clean and keeping the scoring up, although this bunch of dependencies forming on Jerpi's side.
Yeah, Jerpi shaking her head a little bit.
Yeah, those dependencies were doing no good.
Yeah.
But look at this. I think she's going to build up 2 off the bottom.
Which is maybe maybe she's thinking she wants to keep that lead, doesn't want Wallbant
There's
to
the
get
bar.
that advantage.
Tetris for Jerpi. Playing dirty right now. This is game number 5, and she is leaving it all on the table.
Yeah, so probably thinking about just not leaving it up to chance. With that, wants to stay ahead the entire game. And, okay, waiting for a piece, gets one piece that will help, and that long bar.
Beautiful. But now has another bar dependency, and you see what she did. She immediately closed off the right well with the S. To try not to get this any worse than it is. And
But-
she is not getting good pieces right now.
Long bar dependent, and there's a drought coming. There's the long bar, and
There it
another
is.
one.
Oh, and a beautiful flat burn right after, too. And this has allowed Wallbant to catch up.
And now he's in the lead.
He is in the lead, but he's also 9 lines ahead, so it's not a true lead yet. So still some work to do for Wallbant, provided this goes long, and that square has nowhere to go.
He's able to burn, so isn't going to cost her too much, but...
Uh-oh, okay. Level 19, 446 for Wallbant. Another Tetris.
Jerpi.
Still 1 Tetris remaining for Jerpi.
Yeah, could get that 500K transition.
Here we go.
1 line away. Jerpi goes in at 479. This is our final transition
and a Tetris.
of the game.
Another Tetris for Wallbant.
510 for, now 535 for Jerpi, 512 for Wallbant.
This is very close here in the decider.
This is what you want to see.
Yes.
But if you're Wallbant, being so far ahead and being behind, that is not what you want to see.
Yeah.
At all.
Gonna need a slowdown from Jerpi somehow at some point. And then we'll have to continue scoring too. And this drought is coming in, and with a dirty left well set up, he's gonna get the bar for the dirty. Oh, got shenanigans going on over at CT1.
Yeah.
I think that was a missed chase down. Jerpi, a couple holes in the stack, but keeps the right side open for the Tetris.
Still in the lead and still behind in lines. So Jerpi definitely in a more comfortable position. Wallbant wants to score more Tetrises. Could use the level 29, but it is not reliable at all.
Still a 38,000 point lead with 8 lines in hand.
Oh,
and
no.
a misdrop for Wallbant. Not going to be terrible with that extra long bar. Another Tetris.
And another one.
But Jerpi is not letting him catch up at all.
Yeah, not quite set up for the Tetris, though.
And now we'll get the bar for the Tetris there. Little bit of a gluttony of long bars there, entering 25.
It was that exact same sequence that allowed Wallbant to get out so quickly, actually. So very solid.
So 823 for Jerpi, 787 for Wallbant. Difference of 12 lines now.
Jerpi, and neck and neck.
Ooh. If Jerpi didn't get that long bar when she did, that would have been a little scary. Instead, it is a Tetris. And look at this setup.
Oh,
one piece away from making that look really pretty.
And Jerpi having to burn a little bit.
Not much.
Oh.
So.
No. Oh, there we go.
Still going. Yep.
It's
927 back for Wallbant, 870 for Jerpi. Wallbant into 29.
At 966.
So he does have the lead right now.
Jerpi,
but another Tetris for Jerpi. Jerpi can catch up.
Oh,
but Jerpi's going to have to enter 29 first. So now it's Jerpi playing from behind.
Gets that T piece to the left.
5 tap goes over. But the 4 taps missed. Bar, very nice.
Really nice L piece.
Ooh, couldn't double flip the piece. Wallbant with the max out 1,002,000. Jerpi 963.
Still trying to fight this board.
Level 32 for Wallbant.
Gets that long bar all the way to the left.
Remember, we do have a level 39 super kill screen coming.
And meanwhile,
oh man,
Wallbant has scored
in trouble.
A Tetris.
Wallbant's in trouble here. Gets a 5 tap though. And starting to burn things down. Still alive. And still ahead by 49,000 points.
Yeah.
Tetrises are over 40,000 points at this point.
And Jerpi setting up. Gets it.
There's a
Now
Tetris,
within-
1,044,000. But Wallbant setting up as well.
And another Tetris.
Another Tetris for
Jerpi's
Jerpi.
in the lead.
Wallbant is set up. Where's the bar? There's no bar. He has to cover, and the bar shows up right after. But
Gets
he gets
another
one.
one.
Tetris. 1.1 for Wallbant. 1.095 for Jerpi. Another
And another
Tetris
one.
for Wallbant.
But Jerpi's left side.
Jerpi's
Look
in
at-
trouble.
That square gets over.
Gets the bar
Needs
down.
a bar
needs
now.
another one.
Gets it.
that. Needs something left.
Yes.
Gets it over. But this board is not looking good. But she is still finding a way to dig this down.
No, that piece doesn't make it. And no,
Needs
looks like
piece left. Oh, and that's
It's
going to
gonna
do
be done.
it. Wallbant is going to take the decider and move on to round one. What a finish.
What an insane level
That was
29.
amazing.
Wallbant was behind almost the entire game. Wallbant was behind almost the entire game. Caught
my
up
God.
just at the very end and scored those Tetrises on the kill screen. And that was what made the difference.
Yep. Amazing matchup between these two. And man,
Wow.
Jerpi played so well. Wallbant played so well. Amazing match.
Hello everyone, it's your favorite underwater host Sharky here, and wanted to say hope you all enjoyed the matches. It's the end of the video, so you know what that means. It's time for another lore drop. This time we're going to be talking about Knight versus Bland and Cheese versus Cole. Let's start things off with Knight. Knight has been a player since 2021 and has arguably had one of the stronger debuts, placing second in CTM Challengers in May in 2021, but after that would have a relatively muted showing. Knight would also make the gold bracket that year, but would get knocked out in top 64 in a decider to Dan V. 2022 would see some improvements with a CTM Futures victory in February, a top 4 placement in November in Challengers, and would once again make the gold bracket in CTWC, but would end up being a round 0 exit to Dan V in a decider again. 2023 was relatively quiet, playing only in Masters February and qualified for Mega Masters. 2024 saw more competitive play with challenger appearances and winning the Classic Tetris League Season 27 Division 2A with a 6-0 season, but 2025 was a year so far for Knight. Knight had 2 Master appearances, placed 3rd in both the Genesis DAS and Open Tournament. Mind you, the Open Tournament, in order to place 3rd, Fractal had to be defeated and was done so 3-1. And Knight would also qualify for Mega Masters and place top 16, losing to Fractal. Guess he got his revenge there. Knight would also place 4th in CTO Division 1 in the group stages in Season 28 and in Season 29. Needless to say, Knight is primed to be a scary opponent in this tournament. Now, let's talk about Bland, and I'm gonna be honest, it was kind of hard to find information to give you background information, at least as concrete as the previous ones in prior lore drops, but I think I was able to piece something together. So based off of what I could dig up on Bland, started playing in 2024 under the rolling playstyle. Bland would make their debut in CTM Hopefuls, and Bland would also make an appearance at CTWC that year and would end up placing top 16 in the silver bracket. But this wouldn't be the end of Bland in 2024. Bland would also make some appearances at live events, including CTWC Philadelphia after CTWC and the Northeast Regional with round 1 and round 2 exits respectively. 2025 would see an appearance in the 2 Boston 2 Parity event and also a top 32 placement in Mega Masters. So with not a lot to go off of, this being first time Bland has made the gold bracket in CTWC, our eyes are definitely peeled to see what can happen. Now let's talk about the father rolling himself, Cheese. Cheese had been playing since early 2019 and has had regular Masters, back then called main event appearances, which totaled to 5 in that year. In fact, the first season of CTO, Cheese won Div 2 with an 8-2 record. 2020 would be a busy year, including 9 Master appearances, a 3rd, 2nd, and 4th placement in CTL Season 3, 4, and 8 respectively, and then a huge top 8 placement in CTWC 2020 that year. 2021 would be no less busy, with 10 Master appearances, with 1 semifinal appearance in December, 2 WPL Classic Tetris Open victories in the 3rd and 9th tournament, and a 2nd place finish in the 5th tournament. However, CTWC would see a regression in placement to top 24 from the top 8 from the prior year. 2022 Cheese would have the best year pre-CTWC, with a CTL Season 16 win with a 10-1 record, a Master Event win in February up against Alex T, a second place finish in CTL Season 17 with a 4-1 record in the group stages, and a third place in the tournament stage. Cheese would also place top 8 in CTM's Mega Masters that year, but come CTWC and Cheese was upset by Burb in round 0. Cheese would disappear in 2023, but would come back in CTWC 2024 with a top 16 placement. With competitive activity on the general decline, can Cheese make another deep run? Well, we gotta ask his opponent, Cole, as Cole made his debut his competitive debut in 2023 with the CTM's Hopeful Tournament in March. In his CTWC 2023 debut, he did make the gold bracket, but was knocked out in round 0. However, he did have a second place finish in Challengers that September. 2024 would be a more active and productive year, as it opened with a Challengers win in February and a Masters debut in April. Later that year, Cole would end up placing top 16 in CTWC 2024 after being knocked out of the bracket by Blue Scooty. Cole would then attend several regional events, but would make it to the semis in 3 out of the 4 of them, those 3 being Philadelphia, Northeast, and the Stillwater Regional, but would place top 8 in the WPL Championship, the other 4th regional that Cole went to. Cole would also place top 32 in the Mega Masters event as well. 2025 would see more near successes in events with a second place finish in Motor City Mayhem, 3 Master appearances, and a top 16 placement in Mega Masters. Needless to say, Cole is a strong player, and getting the top 16 once before means that he can definitely do it again. But in order to do that, he has to go up against a player that invented rolling. But that's going to do it for today's lore drop. It was a bit shorter than the last one, but I also had a lot more to talk about in the last one than in this one in particular. But strongly recommend, as always, watching the matches tomorrow. Make sure to like the video if you did like it. Comment down what you think of the matches, and if you want more, be sure to subscribe. I'm your favorite underwater host Sharky, and I'll see you in the next match here for CTWC 2025.